everybody, Marion here. Today I wanted to share with you what I use for my projects, for my scrapbooks, decoupaging, things like that. I'm going to show you a lot of my papers that I use and where I get them and how I collect them. First of all, I do get these papers from the craft store. So I do every now and then like to buy these papers here. But they run about something like 59 cents or so for a sheet. So when you start to buy so many, it gets pretty expensive. And one of my favorite things I started to discover was vintage papers. So I'm going to start showing you a little bit of what I've been buying lately. I was at a antique mall yesterday and I found all these old books here, Women's Household. I guess it was some kind of little magazine or something. But anyway, it has all these really great old images here, old ads and text that you could use. It really makes great backgrounds for mixed media. A lot of people like to put down some old paper and then they put layers upon layers on top of that. So you don't always see every bit of it, but it really makes a great background. Another thing is, I think what looks really good on projects is if you find kind of music books. Old books like this are really easy to find. I get these at the thrift store for almost nothing. And you get so many sheets of paper in them. So it really does go far. Another thing a lot of people like to use, and I do too, is dictionary paper. So again, this was from the thrift store. And it probably was like $1 or so. So I have an endless amount of dictionary paper I could still be using. Another book I found at the thrift store was, let me show you the title, The Whole Earth Catalog. And this was back, I think, from the 70s, I believe. But it's huge. It's really hard to hold right now. But it has really great old paper. It's really big too. I'm not sure what size it is, but it's really big. And it'll make great backgrounds. You can cut out certain images or text and just use that. So I love that. Another thing I found is this book here. I guess it's a writing book. Another old one, but I really like the text in it. It had some really neat font. So I thought, you know, maybe for something I can use that. So you never know what you're going to find if you just kind of dig around in the thrift store. Also, if you look for old books, I know some people might cringe to cut up books and things like that, but first of all, make sure they're not valuable. Of course, if it has any kind of value, I would never cut it up. But these don't, and I think it has great little text in there also. As you can see, I have used some of it already. If I'm going to do something that kind of has a child's theme, I found this book yesterday and I may decoupage something using some of the images in here like that. So that would be kind of fun. I also found this old coloring book and I don't know how much it was, maybe $1, something like that. And I really love the paper. It already looks aged, so I really don't have to do a whole lot to it. And the images I really like also. And they have a lot of the nursery rhymes and things like that. So I guess it was an old coloring book. Let's see. I found this Sears catalog from 1902. Now this one I'm a little more hesitant to cut up. I'm not sure if I'm going to yet. So I may photocopy some of the images that I see that I like. I really do like this catalog a lot. So I'm kind of afraid to cut the originals. This was this was not $25. This one was, I think, $9. But look how thick that is. I mean, you can go for years and years doing your crafts and have plenty of paper to use. If you like this vintage kind of look, then definitely go to the thrift stores and you'll find a lot there. I went to a flea market and found this old magazine. It's like an old movie magazine, which I really love. So it has tons of great pictures that I can use. So, and it smells old too. But it's kind of neat. 15 cents for this magazine. Of course, it wasn't, I paid 15 for it, which was really much higher than I would have liked to pay, but it's from 1950. And since my dad was an assistant director in the movies, I just really thought it'd be neat to have a movie magazine. And a lot of you already know Life magazines. They are great. They're great for images. You just have to kind of go through. Some of them are really large images, so it really depends what you're using it for. But there's all kinds of ads in these magazines. So this is going to be a lot of fun to just go through them, cut out what I like. I pulled out the ads already that I don't want to cut, put those off to the side, and the rest I can just do what I want. And these were only $5, so that was a really good deal. I've seen Life magazines go for $10 to $40. So if you want to collect them, just don't cut them up. Another thing I like to use are stamps. I have a huge box of stamps in here. And these are from, a lot of them are from Germany. I have some from other countries. I've separated them out. But my grandpa used to collect stamps, which is why I have so many in here. And this makes really good backgrounds, or you add it to your scrapbook, your smash book. Stamps are a great thing to use. Let's see what else I have here. Postcards. Postcards are great. This one I wrote to my dad when I was little. They kept everything. That was from Germany. And this one my dad wrote to me when he was on location, I guess, for one of his movies. But I love it because it really does look old. It has a vintage feel to it. So this I will not copy, and I won't use the original. I will make a photocopy of it. I also have old money. This is old German money, but it's really beautiful. I won't use the original on this either. I will definitely photocopy these. But these have just beautiful images. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but they're here. My grandpa in Germany, he was a prisoner of war. He used to send my grandma postcards, and it's super thin paper. And this is one he sent to her for her 21st birthday. And he actually drew this. He was an artist, so he drew all the heart and the banner and the flowers. And I just love this. This is from 1947, it looks like. Again, I'm not going to use the original. I'll photocopy it, and it comes out pretty good. Also, use old photographs. Ask your grandparents, ask other people in your family. It really makes it special to have old photographs. Let's see what else I have. As I said, my dad was an assistant director in the movie, so I have all his old employee statements. This is when he worked for Columbia Pictures. And I have, just different movie studios here. And so they're the pay stubs, actually. And he just clipped them and put them all in this little book here. So I can just copy them and stick them in my smash book or a project that I'm working on, or decoupage. This is just a lot of his cards that he had when he worked in the picture business, so I love having all these. And I think, also I find old books, children's books, and this one has really sweet little images. So if I'm going to be doing something with a child's theme, I can cut this out here. And there's certain books, again, that I won't cut, and some that I will. So I do enjoy having some of these older books here. And I'm not a collector of books, so I'm okay with cutting the images. Some people wouldn't be. I have a friend that I go shopping with to these antique stores, and she buys them to keep, you know, as a whole book, and she can't understand how I could possibly cut them up, but I do. And I guess when you do crafting and decoupaging, smash books, that sort of thing, then you kind of understand how much you love these images. My mother-in-law just recently sent me some postcards, so these I thought would be fun to use. So that is about it. I think that's everything that I have. I have quite a bit. So like I said, if you go to the craft store, you will find more modern paper like this. Sometimes you do find more of the vintage look. Tim Holtz has a great selection of vintage paper, and I use a lot of that. But I am finding that more and more I'm enjoying the vintage look of things. So I do tend to veer a little bit more towards the old ads and old postcards and things like that, and it definitely is a lot cheaper. I have so much stuff here that will probably last me forever. So look around when you go to thrift stores and see what you could find. Ask around. Once you let people know what you're collecting, they'll probably be giving you tons of stuff. So enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and follow me on my blog. It's Marion's Retreat, and thank you again for watching. Bye.